first started when my mother-in-law went to England and brought me back a big pile of UK magazines. And we saw them in there and just thought, what a great idea, why aren't they in New Zealand? And so started researching and discovering that yes, they could come in, and that there would be some interested people from the research I did. Well, there's 3 standard models and their main difference is in height. So there's a small, a medium and a large. The internal heights are 2.13, 2.22 and 2.29 metres internal height. They just vary very slightly in the width, becoming a little bit smaller on the smaller medium models. The small van takes up to a 16 hand horse, or 2 times 16 hand horses. The medium, we say, generally takes 2 times 16 3 hand horses, and the large is for horses up to 17 2 hands, so your big hunters and dressage horses, etc. The standard payload is 1700 kgs on a 3.9 tonne chassis. So the horses walk on forwards, tap their rump over and their heads face towards the rear of the vehicle. You can have their heads hanging over into the living area, or you can have a wall and have them completely separate from the living area. To unload, you simply turn their head around and they can walk off the horse van facing forwards as well. The rear-facing study basically talks about the physiology of the horse and how when they're facing backwards they can handle the braking pressures more easily because they can lean into their hocks, so a lot of their strength is in their rear. So they're not being thrown forward when you brake. And also for cornering, they've got more sway in their shoulders, so they can lean into the corners a lot easier through their shoulders than through their hips. In the van there is a partition which has different options for widening or reducing the width of the horse space. So if you have a horse who prefers a tight space, you can do that. If you have a horse that wants the whole van to itself, you can totally remove the partition. All of the features in actually all of the sizes of the vans are customisable, so you can choose whatever you'd like. The features in the large include a single bed, bench seats, a beach table, a full-length tack wardrobe with saddle poles and bridle racks, and a porta potty and 12-volt power as well. You can extend the medium or the large by up to 20 inches in the back of the living area, and that gives you much more space to play with to add other things if you want a shower or a bigger bed or what have you. So the features in the small horse van is that in the access to the living area in the rear there's double doors and they open up to 90 degrees or actually fold right out to 180 degrees. And that compared to the medium and large is different because in the medium and large, which is the coach-built fiberglass, there's just one single opening door in the centre of the rear. In the smalls, the 2 vans that you've seen today both have kitchenettes and they're customised. One has drawers and one just has cupboards, and they're different shapes and they're on different sides of the van, so really the options are up to the owner. If you can find it in a camper van, then you can put it in a horse van. If you have a kitchenette put into your horse van, they come with a rechargeable battery, so you just connect to the mains power, either if you're at a camping ground or at home in the garage to charge your battery, and away you go. Some of the other advantages of owning a horse van is that you're travelling right with your horse, so unlike a float where you don't know how they're feeling the bumps and the suspension on the float and that sort of thing, they're right next to you. You have got an access window and you can talk to them, which is nice. You can see them on the monitor. A horse van would suit anybody wanting to travel 1 or 2 horses, or 3 ponies, or 4 miniatures. It doesn't matter what type of riding or work the horses are doing, whether it's mares and foals, across any industry. They are just such reliable, easy to drive vehicles. Because the horse vans are built on modern Renault Master chassis, they come with airbags and ABS brakes, and they're very reliable. Those engines will go for 400,000 kilometres or more, and of course they come with the warranty and mechanical warranty. It's just a safer, easier way to travel your horses.
I'm really excited about them because I just think it's so much easier to, you don't have to get an HT licence or anything. You know, you can take 3 people if you want to in the front. Just drove it like a car. It was, very, very simple to drive. It's got 6 forward gears, and the ratios are very good, and no, it's very simple. Well, I first saw them in we went to the Royal Show in Edinburgh, and we were looking around the side, all the things that were advertised, and I saw these vans, which I'd never seen or even heard of before, and I thought, what a fantastic idea, and I brought all the pamphlets back to New Zealand thinking someone might be able to convert a van for me, and or they might come into New Zealand, but I never saw them, and so that was in 2006, and I threw the pamphlets out, and about 6 months later I saw Larissa's ones advertised, and I talked to her, and she had the small van, which I really liked. I did talk to some other people, but they're small. I only take 1 horse, and it was plenty big enough for me, and it had a little bit of a little kitchen. I can boil a cup of tea and put a bed in the back, and it's just so much easier than a float. And I've had 25 years of towing a float with children, and the performance of backing and putting the thing away and getting it on the float, and everywhere I ride is I have to float, so it's take the float off and put the car away, the float away. So yeah, the van is going to solve all that for me. Well, it's just like driving a car. When I first got it, I had to follow someone. I was staying with a friend, and I had to follow them, and it was, I just drove it like a car. It was very, very simple to drive. It's got 6 forward gears, and the ratios are very good, and no, it's very simple. The interior is very good. It's got lots of little pockets and things to put things in, and I'm really excited about them because I just think it's so much easier to, you don't have to get an HT licence or anything. You can take 3 people if you want to in the front. But, and I will take the odd time take 2 horses, but most of the time it'll just be 1, and so there's plenty of room for my horse and all my gear if I go away for a weekend, and I do a bit of trekking, and so yeah, it's ideal for what I want. When they get to an event, they're more relaxed. I think this product is excellent for people, particularly like me, who are travelling on their own, going away to stay, overnight treks and things like that. It's an ideal, little thing to sleep in. It's a bit warmer and more than a float.
Before I had my horse van, I had a 4-wheel drive vehicle and a float, and how busy your life gets, commitments and things. I was always running late, so I had to hook up the float, and that was always a hassle. And I'm quite uncoordinated, and so trying to back my float after many, many lessons from my husband, etc., I just couldn't get it together. And so that's what I find with the horse van. It is so easy, and I find now if I've got to do something on the property, I'm jumping in the horse van to go and do it, put hay or water or whatever I need for the horses goes in the horse van, and I do it that way instead of dirtying up my normal driving vehicle. The convenience of it, the fact that it's right there, ready to hop in and go when I'm ready to go. I can put all my horse gear in it and leave it in it. I don't have to pack and unpack. It's so easy to drive, and the manoeuvrability of it, that it can turn very tight circles, so if I get caught in a paddock or something I can always get out, and it's just like driving a car.
They're priced from $50,000 plus GST. That's delivered, that's with your 2-year build warranty, your 1-year mechanical warranty, paint and graphics of your choice. Well, the easiest way is to go to our website, www.horsevans.co.nz. All the dimensions and other information is on there, or you can give us a call on 0508 Horsevans, or email me, larissa@horsevans.co.nz. That's LARISSA @horsevans.co.nz.